In today's video, we'll be going over a new PlayStation 4 exclusive getting a demo next week, so expect to see a lot of gameplay being uploaded of that game, and if you want, you can play it yourself. However, there will be a little workaround you'll have to go through because it will be exclusive to the Japanese PlayStation Store. Also, I want to give you guys an update on the Fallout 76 reviews over on Metacritic. This is one of the worst reviewed games of the year, and it's shocking because we rarely see games of this anticipation bomb so hard from a review standpoint, but I do want to talk a bit about that as the reviews are starting to come in. Also, Shenmue 3 got off the ground thanks to a Kickstarter campaign, and the campaign has finally closed, and I want to go over how much money they have raised for this game, which is set to be released in 2019. And lastly, we talked earlier about how No Man's Sky got a brand new update with the Visions update. Well, if you want to get the game at a little bit of a discount, Gamefly has the best deal I've seen on the title in a very, very long time, so I want to give that a shout at the end of this video. First of all, Project Judge is a PlayStation 4 exclusive that I'm super excited for. Maybe not all of you guys are, but that's probably because you're not aware of this game. Project Judge is the latest game from the Yakuza team, and more so than Yakuza 6, it looks like Project Judge is really raising the bar from a technical standpoint. Project Judge is a game that looks to be built ground up for the PlayStation 4, and you can see it right away from a visual standpoint, and it was confirmed that this game would be coming to the West. However, it does look like it'll be hitting Japan first, and Japan has already gotten a demo of the game released, but now they're getting another demo for the game on November 29th. And actually, if you have a Japanese PlayStation Network account and you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you can get the demo right now. Now, I know most of you guys aren't gonna fall into that category. However, if you do wait until November 29th, you can make a Japanese PlayStation Network account very, very easily, and then you can download the demo for the game. And the demo is gonna take you through the entirety of the first chapter, so it looks to be rather lengthy. And do remember that this is a game that, while it's being made by the Yakuza team, it is its own new franchise. Project Judge is officially out on December 13th in Japan, and if you're in North America or Europe, you will have to wait until sometime in 2019. However, it's great to see that this game has already been announced for a Western release. With the Yakuza games, a lot of the times the games would be announced and then we wouldn't hear about a Western release for a very long time. It has been getting a lot better though, and it looks like Yakuza will be a focal point in the Western market, and as is the case with Project Judge, which has already been announced for a Western release. Moving on from that, while Fallout 76 was one of the most anticipated games of 2018, its review scores are not looking all too great, and I think a lot of us expected that going in. While there was a lot of initial interest in the game, that seemingly has dissipated as we heard more and more about the game, and at this point, if you head on over to Metacritic and look at Fallout 76, you'll see that the game is scored at a very unimpressive 49. 49 is one of the lowest review scores I've seen of a game that was anticipated to the magnitude of Fallout 76 and of a franchise to the level of Fallout, but I do want to go over some of the specific reviews. IGN scored the title a 5 out of 10, saying the rich wasteland map of Fallout 76 is wasted on a mess of bugs, conflicting ideas, and monotony. GameSpot, on the other hand, gave it a 4 out of 10, saying at launch, Fallout 76 is a poor experience. There are echoes of the series' admirable qualities, but look past that facade, past the cute Vault Boy animations, past the familiar radio tracks, and you'll find no heart, just an inconsequential wasteland doomed to be nuked over and over again. Games Radar scored the title a 5 out of 10, saying Fallout 76 has glimmers of the trademark series' sci-fi splendor, but they are few and far between. So overall, the reviews are looking very, very lackluster. It has a 49 for the PlayStation 4 version. On the other hand, the PC version does have a slightly more impressive 55, and then the Xbox One version is faring a little bit worse at a 48. I think it's safe to say that Fallout 76 is a rather disappointing experience. It'll be interesting to see when the official commercial numbers for the game have been released, but I think it's very safe to say with all of the metrics that we have to work with right now that this game is going to fall very short of Fallout 4, and it really does seem to be more of a bridge the gap kind of game. And that's so surprising to me because a franchise like Fallout, if you go back to the release of Fallout 4, up until that point, that was the most anticipated game of this generation. That was the defining game of this generation leading up to its release. There was just so much hype surrounding it, and with Fallout 76, just to see this significant fall from grace, it's kind of incredible, but it's also very unfortunate in the same rate. I should also note that the Metacritic user score has it pegged a lot worse at a 2.7 out of 10. A lot of the times with the user score, you do have to take it with a grain of salt, but still, that says a lot. Moving on from that, Shenmue 3 is one of the more anticipated games of 2019, and it got its start thanks to a Kickstarter campaign. If you go back to Sony's E3 conference back in 2015, it was announced on that conference, so they had a big platform to work with, and then they launched the Kickstarter campaign, and the Kickstarter campaign has officially closed down. Raising north of $7 million is a huge feat, and Shenmue 3 is scheduled to be released on August 27th of 2019. If you have yet to familiarize yourself with Shenmue, do know that the Shenmue 1 and 2 collection was released earlier this year. It is a little little bit dated of an experience. They are originally Dreamcast titles, but still they offer a great story. I would recommend that collection. I believe it usually goes for $30, and at this point you can find it a little bit cheaper. Lastly, we've been talking a lot about No Man's Sky. The game has seen a plethora of updates, making the game so much better than it initially was at launch, and we recently had the release of the Visions update, adding even more content, diversifying the experience even more. And we do know that the game is on sale right now at the PlayStation Store for $29.99. However, if you want to get the game a little bit cheaper, considerably more cheaper, you can pick up a used copy over at Gamefly.com for just $12.99, and that is free shipping with that, so that is an awesome deal for No Man's Sky. Now, how Gamefly's used copies work is that these games have been rented out to a variety of different users, and then they get it back and then they sell it out officially, but you're always guaranteed to get a working product, so $13 for No Man's Sky, even being a used copy, that is an awesome deal. And do remember that this game got a lot of flack with its initial release back in 2016, but back then it was a fraction of the experience that it is now, and people were dropping $59.99 on it. Now you're paying less than a quarter of the initial price point, and you're getting a far superior game. So No Man's Sky for $13, without a doubt a great buy, and really incredible to see what Hello Games has turned this experience into. I'd put it up there with the best gaming comebacks of all time, up there with games like Final Fantasy XIV that just turned around initial perception. And by no means is No Man's Sky perfect. There's a lot of work to be done, but it looks like Hello Games are staying committed to the experience, and I imagine that No Man's Sky is going to continue to get better and better. And best of all of the updates up until this point have been free, and there's been no inclination that any of the future updates are going to be paid content, so that is awesome as well. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, Project Judge, the PlayStation 4 exclusive, will be getting a brand new demo next week. If you do make a Japanese PlayStation Network account, super easy to do so, and you can download it for yourself. Otherwise, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of gameplay up on YouTube, and the game officially releases in Japan on December 13th. A Western release will come sometime in 2019. Fallout 76 is absolutely bombing from a review standpoint, currently sitting at a 49 on Metacritic. What do you think? Have you played the game? Do you think differently? Definitely interested to hear what you guys think. Shenmue 3's Kickstarter campaign has closed in on $7 million. The game looks to officially be released on August 27th of 2019. And lastly, for those of you looking to pick up No Man's Sky, just $13 at Gamefly. We'll leave a link in the description box down below so you can snag that. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.